Good morning. Hi. Good morning, Facebook. I'm actually on a little bit later today because it was still dark. And I just didn't want to be in the dark, guys. How are you? How are my Facebook? I love you all. You all have changed my life. I thank you all, everyone, for sending me crazy love direct messaging. You email me on my website. You send me all these messages all the time about how much you love my Facebook Lives, and it's changing your life. And I don't think you all really fully understand what that means to me. I do this as a labor of love. I am a big advocate for change, and I just want to be part of the process to getting people to look at their situation, get the help you need to create an action plan, get the execution plan together, set it in motion, and let's do it, guys. I say all the time, I think Nike has the best slogan in the world. Let me tell you what I've been noticing. And by the way, those of you all that it may be your first time seeing me, this is Knowledge by Nikki with 1K. That's N-I-K-I. Everybody puts 2 Ks in my name. It's actually short for Nikita. My name is Nikita, N-I-K-I-T-A. So we just drop the T-A and keep it simple. My website, everything I have, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of that is Knowledge by Nikki. Email, so I'm real easy to find. But let me tell you what I've been noticing. I launched my stretch campaign. Let me say that first. I launched my stretch campaign, which is an empowerment coaching program that you all can join. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But I launched it for many reasons. One of the things that I had noticed with salon owners was the hardest thing in me trying to help them grow, because I've done salon assessments now where, the Black Tabitha, if you want to call it that, but I deal more internally. I deal more with how your lease is structured, people that want to open salons. I don't just deal with staffing. I deal with knowing your numbers and so all that kind of stuff. So what I was noticing from the people that already have salons, because I'm more so contracted to fix stuff that's already broke instead of helping people when they start, is that I would give them a whole action plan. I would take it all the way from their numbers to increasing retail to maybe firing some people, how to hire new people, getting them set up business credit, you name it. Whether they need to switch their system from commission to booth rental, whether they need both. I don't care what it is that needed to be done. I was able to get them a really good blueprint for what it was that they were saying they wanted, for what the end game looked like to them. But the problem was getting them to stop doing what they were already doing, meaning getting them to let some stuff go. That is still the hardest thing to getting people to understand. Is I'm reading a book right now and I haven't finished it, but I want to do a whole week of Facebook Live off this book. It's called Necessary Endings. A lot of you all, I mentioned it last week, said you already bought it, you're reading it. It's by Henry Cloud. The book is about your life can't move forward until you let some stuff go. It just can't. And 2 things I can tell you from life experience. God moves in 2 ways. He gives us the will to let it go on our own. And then he sometimes, when you just don't want to let it go, he will allow you to fall into pits, into holes, into all this other stuff because you won't let it go on your own. You won't decrease some stuff so you can increase in other areas. And I've told my salon owners many times, and this is where the hindrance comes. It's not that they don't know they need it. It's not that they don't know they want it. They know what they want, but they're struggling with giving up to gain. They're struggling with that. So I went back. Now, I read my Bible all the time, but I went back and I started again this year reading a 1-year Bible. I've had this Bible forever. I've read it before. This is what it looks like. And what you do is you read, it's not in order, y'all. It ain't in order. It reads like a novel. For those of you all that struggle with reading the Bible, it's probably the easiest read. It's like reading a regular book. They tell you where the stuff is coming from, but it's all over the place. It's not in order the way it's already in the Bible. So let me tell you, I wanted to talk about this, but let me tell you what was amazing. I'm going to read this. We're going to have a little bit of Bible class today, okay? Let me read this story. This story is about Isaac. Isaac was the son of Abraham and Sarah. And I'm just going to read you a little bit because it was interesting what it said. The years Isaac's crops were, that years is talking about a particular period, Isaac's crops were tremendous because he had been blessed and left with the blessing of Abraham through God that he would live and be, you know, basically his wealth and his riches would continually multiply because of his father. He harvested 100 times more grain than he planted, for the Lord blessed him. He became a rich man, and his wealth only continued to grow. He acquired large flocks of sheep, great herds of cattle, and many servants. Soon the Philistines, because this is where he was, became jealous of him. Y'all listen to me. This is good. Became jealous of him. And they filled up Isaac's wells with earth. These were the wells that had been dug by his servants. There's a whole story before that. I'm going to tell you where this comes from. Of his father Abraham. And Amalek, who was the king at that time, or who was the ruler at that time, told Isaac, leave the country. Go somewhere else. He said, you have become too rich and powerful for us. So let me break that thing down. How many of you all know, I don't mean think, but you know that you are in a place in your life where you have outgrown where you are. You know that where you're trying to stay, you cannot grow anymore in that place. How many of you all know that? I have dealt with salon after salon after salon, and even though they feel a hostage to their situation, they feel a hostage to people, they feel like a hostage to their finances, they know they have outgrown. They have worn out their welcome in this stage. And the title I gave this about wearing out your welcome, it's more metaphorically about your cycle of life, your position in life. You know it's not working. You know this is not working. But look at what happened here. Isaac had grown. They had to tell him to go. Now, I wonder, and this is coming from Matthew. Let me tell you where this is coming from. Not Matthew, I'm sorry. This is coming from Genesis, because you know this has the scriptures all over the place. This is coming from Genesis 26. Hold on. Because it changes 27, 29, 31. This is coming from Genesis 26 and 12. So you all read that, 26 and 12, it gives you the whole account of how he got to this place where now Amalek has to put him out. Is that what you all are waiting on? Because let me tell you what happens when you know you have worn out your welcome, meaning metaphorically, you are staying in one place too long. That means whether it's your physical place, whether it's your mental state, whether it's the people that you're around, this is no longer a place for you. God has advanced you and taken you to a place where this no longer works for you. It ain't working. I told a person last week, I made a decision years ago. I'm real grown, y'all. I told a person last week, I'm at the stage in life where if I don't want to go somewhere, I ain't going. Where if I don't want to be around certain people, I ain't sitting there. If I have the right, if I'm at a dinner and people aren't talking about what I want to hear, or they aren't being productive, or they aren't being positive, or it is not something that is either uplifting to the people that are around, or to the people that they're speaking of, or to me, or whatever. If it is not positive, if it's not productive, if it's not something that helps people grow, I will get up and leave in a minute. I have even got to the point where I have friends who I don't necessarily care for their friends, or I have people that invite me places. I don't like the crowds they keep, even though they're okay. I tell them, I love you, but you know I ain't coming. I'm not sitting anywhere that I do not have to be, because I'm at a stage in life where two things I'm not going to do. I'm not going to dummy down my conversation. I'm not going to be someone that I'm not. I'm not going to feel like I can't be myself in different places because I have outgrown the things that are going on here. I'm not doing it anymore. Those days are over for me. So I ask you all, just like Isaac, how many of you all are in a position where you know you need to change, but you got to be forced to change? I am willing to come in because all of us, just like a good football team, I use the football analogy all the time, need a good coach. All of us. I see my girl Monica Green. She's on here from Cleveland. I saw her a little earlier. Hey, Monica. But all of us need a good coach. That is, I need a good coach. There are people I go to that I need to pull from and learn and help expand my vision. But how many of us are in a place where you've become too powerful, you too bougie, or whatever it is they want to call you? Fine, that's a compliment. It just means it's time for you to move. It just means it's time for you to do something differently. And what I'm so afraid of is I'm watching people literally lose their businesses because they won't move. They won't shift. They won't change. They know they need to change. Guys, listen, read my lips and hear me well. Change comes at a price. You have to give up. You may have to be uncomfortable for a minute, but it is okay as long as you focus on what it is that you need to be doing. I gotta say this again. I did this talk on, I didn't get a chance to do it yesterday, what's today, Thursday, but I talked about this on Tuesday. I talked to someone from Dave Ramsey's camp. He's the guy that does a Total Money Makeover, all these books. They called me. That was nothing but God. They called me on a fluke. I don't know when I gave them my information. They had an old email address. But anyway, I ended up talking to them for like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. And that guy said something to me that will stick with me to the day I die. He said, when it's all said and done, I need you to tell me one thing. What does winning look like for you? I don't care about all the stuff. What does winning look like? What does that look like? In order for us to make the necessary changes, the first thing we got to do is we got to know what winning looks like. I talked about this analogy, and this guy and I talked about this. If you ask a football player, any professional football player, I don't care what stage in the season they're in, they could be a rookie, just got drafted, the season could have just started, they could be practicing, the season may not even be in. If you ask a football player, what does winning look like to him? He will tell you the Super Bowl. Period. He don't look at nothing in the middle. He knows there are plays, there are things that have to happen in the middle, but they know what winning looks like to them. Guys, as your coach, I am here to help you figure out, because I was able to articulate that to this guy, but I am here to help you figure out what winning looks like to you. Once we figure that out, the first thing you got to do is there are going to be some things you have to let go. Period. There are going to be some people, some places, some things, some ways of thinking. When I say that book, and I'll be so glad when I finish it, called Necessary Endings by Henry Cloud. I want y'all to get the book. I don't even know how good it is yet because I ain't read it all yet, but so far so good. It was recommended to me, and I thought it was perfectly necessary for where I am in this juncture with a lot of you salon owners, because it's never difficult for me to come in and assess you. And I mean, I give you a good assessment. I give you an entire blueprint to reignite your business, to literally get your business either back on track, or if it is on track, take it to the next level, whatever we need to do. But the problem is getting you to let go of what you're already doing. That is always the struggle. So I want everybody to read this book, Necessary Endings because you ain't gonna grow no other way, guys. It's not going to happen. Okay, and just like I read the scripture to you, Isaac, what they tell him? I'm going to read it again because I loved it when I read it. And Amalek asked Isaac to leave the country. Get up out of here. Go somewhere else. He said, you have become too rich and too powerful for us. Isaac had to be told to leave. And sometimes, guys, it's a reality. You have outgrown your circles. You have outgrown certain behaviors. You've outgrown certain people. You've outgrown certain ways of doing business, guys. But once you figure out what winning looks like to you, and I mean figure it out, let me tell you what'll happen. You will become so focused on the win that it will actually, guys, make it easier. I mean, when you get laser focused now, it'll make it easier for you to give up some stuff because you'll see that stuff will not help you win the Super Bowl. It ain't going to happen. You already see this ain't helping me win nothing. I ain't going to win no Super Bowl with this. This ain't doing nothing but go hinder me and set me back. You talk about first down, second down, third down, fourth down, fifth down. Haven't you all watched football when something happens and the guy is trying to cross the line and all the guys come together and they push him back? That's what life is. If you don't learn how to make sure these plays are set up for the win, then you are going to get pushed back behind the line and start over. And some of y'all just end up losing your business. You didn't put 20 years into something, and now you don't even know where to begin. But you got to let stuff go and let it go before you don't have a choice. See, Isaac didn't have a choice. Amalek told him, leave this country. Get up out of here. Go somewhere else because you have become too rich and too powerful for me. I am a witness. I'm not as stubborn as I used to be. I used to be crazy stubborn. If I had my mind on something, I was going to do it. I didn't care what nobody said. I have matured and I have learned to pray for wisdom more than anything else. All right? And I now am at the point, now God, I don't need you. I don't need you making me learn the lesson. Give me the discernment and the wisdom right now to know what I need to do to change so I can shift and change while I'm able before I hit rock bottom. I've been at rock bottom. I'm not doing that no more. I'm like, God, tell me what I need to do now. The minute I start feeling like something ain't right here, these people ain't right, this place ain't right, this system I'm working on, it ain't working, it ain't right. Okay, God, I don't want it to get to the point where I'm flat busted broke, nowhere to live, no business, no workers. I've been through that, guys. I'm not going that route no more. You ain't gonna tell me to leave. Because the minute I start seeing that I've gotten too rich and too powerful and I start getting this negative energy or these little, people, naysayers, and you're going to always have them. But the minute you see that there's become a trend of the masses in your circle not understanding you or being misunderstood, it may be time for you to shift a little bit. And even if you're unable to shift immediately, in your mind, you know you on borrowed time here. Okay, I know this ain't going to be long. I've told people many times, certain things we have to do on our journey. We just got to do this. This is part of the journey, but don't plan on staying there too long. You're like, okay, I got to do this, but no, I'm not going to be here too long. So, guys, my point is, when do you know that you've worn out your welcome? When do you know that it's time to close this book and shift to another way of doing things? When do you know this? Because I'm telling you, the Bible talks about warning comes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. Your spirit, I don't care if you don't even know God the way you should. Your spirit will tell you that something is not right. Now, you can ignore it. You can count it up as that you tripping or whatever you want to call it. But when stuff ain't right, you know it. God has given us something that only he could, that radar, discernment, whatever you want to call it. He's given us instinct, like T.D. Jakes' book, Instinct, which is absolutely excellent. He's given us instinctive feelings to know when something needs to shift, it needs to change, or proceed with caution. That's why we got yellow lights. It don't just go from red to green. It turn yellow first, means slow down, pay attention, and then go, or then stop. So I want to help you all. I just launched an empowerment program called Stretch. And that is what Stretch is designed to do, is to empower you, to provide you with resources, everything. I teach color classes, I do all of that. But not only just me, guys, because it is for salon owners. You have to be a salon owner of at least 2 years. Because that is the group I'm targeting, I am more inclined to offer you business services as well. Because see, I already know y'all fine with cutting, coloring, weaving. Y'all fine that. But what you don't seek out, and what I'm making sure that you do get more into, is classes that will help build your business. I asked this question Tuesday. How many of you all, when you go to a show, trade show, you find yourself, and this will tell you where your mind is. You're a salon owner, but you don't sit in one business class. All you sit in is cutting, coloring, weaving, and whatever. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when that becomes all you do, you are still a stylist. You ain't an owner yet. I know your name on the lease. I know you the one that's in charge, the HNIC. I know that. But you really aren't thinking like an owner, because you would want to build that part of your acumen as well. Not just your ability to do more hair behind the chair, because your life ain't going to really change until you get from behind that chair. I'm telling you, your business is not going to really change, and you are not going to see its growth potential until you can back up from behind that chair. That's when you will see change. You will never reach the pinnacle levels of your business if you are steady trying to be a stylist all day, all night. It's not going to happen. I've lived it. I did 25, 30 people a day. Anybody that was back there with me could tell you I did hair all day, all night, 17 hours a day. It wasn't until I figured out, A, I was killing myself, and B, I really want my business to grow. This can't happen until I realize I ain't got to do all this. And let me tell you something. You also get into my stretch group. I'm going to show you what you really make it. Some of y'all burning these hours, 17 hours, 18 hours, doing ungodly amounts of people, working crazy times and days and 7 days a week. When I break down your money and I show you how much money you really making for the hours you're spending and your expenses, every single time I do it, people are like, my God, I had no idea that I was really only working for $20 an hour. More is not better. Less is more. That's what it is. So I am putting myself out again because I really want to help you all do that. Yes, Stretch is not free. Stretch is not free. I made it where it's affordable, but it ain't cheap. And let me tell you why I did that. Because I want people that want it. I want people that are willing to put their money where their mouth is, or just like it says in Matthew, what is this? Matthew 7 and, not 7, hold on, let me get the scripture right for you. Yeah, Matthew 34 and 6. We know, we done heard this scripture 1,000 times. Don't give what is holy to the unholy people. That means if you ain't ready, that's cool. You ain't got to be ready. And don't give pearls to swine. This is the NIV, so the words are a little different. They will trample the pearls and then turn an attack on you. That means I'm only interested in the people that want it. So I made it affordable, but I made it costly enough where you gonna have to make a sacrifice. So if anybody's interested, because I'm gonna help you end some stuff and begin some stuff. That is what God has called me to do. So for that reason, guys, y'all know I gotta go. I'll be coming on too, starting next week. I'm going to come on 7:30 as long, because it's still dark here. It's so dark at 7 o'clock. So I'm bumping it up. I'm going to put something out on Facebook. I'm going to do 7:30 to 8, because that's really a good time for me. I get up early, but I try to do a lot of stuff. I'm back in the gym, getting ready, got a trainer now, got to get it together physically. My mind is good, but I got to make my mind and my body match. Okay, I did a whole Facebook Live on that some months ago about making your mind and your body match. So you all give me a call or text me, actually. I won't be able to answer, but text me at 708-798-7900. That is my dedicated line, and I have an assistant now, so y'all don't trip, because I can't do all this by myself. So I got 3 assistants, actually, that sometimes you'll get them and they'll answer, but they great. They mini-me's, y'all. They are wonderful. So 708-798-7900. We are going to get you enrolled in Stretch. If you're interested, text me. I'll say it again. Somebody out there, if you can, put that up for me. 708-798-7900. And guys, I am about to kick off my Color Me Crazy Bed and Breakfast Tour. Y'all know I still love color. I'm a color guru too. So I will be going on live. I'm going to put out it'll be Sunday evenings from 6 to 9. I'm going to be doing live models, and we're going to be breaking down the individual modules that we will be teaching for the bread and breakfast tour. Now, some of it will be free. Some of it y'all gonna have to pay for. But I will be doing live models. I'm gonna start that. I think I got my calendar for January 30th. Is that a Sunday? I think so. I'll put the Facebook post up, and we're gonna be doing real people. Color remover. I'm gonna be doing how to do gray. I'm gonna be doing everything. You all text me that number, cause sometimes I don't have to go back and read. So text your number to me, cause I won't be able to go back and read the messages until a little later. But we gonna get this color thing cracked, girl. Color, look, color is actually, I'm gonna be honest, y'all, color is what helped me back up from the chair. Being able to put more color services, I always did played around, but getting serious about color and being able to do more color services in my existing clientele, it allowed me to literally take a ticket from 75 to 275, from 100 to 350. It was one of the biggest catalysts in me being able to back up from the chair, because with color, you can't have 15 people there. You literally have to be able to do one at a time, so you can focus, so you can make sure you don't make mistakes. Color is 75% science. It's only 25% art. So I dug deep into the color thing, and now I teach color everywhere, for white people, for people that don't look like me. I teach color everywhere. So we're doing a bed and breakfast tour. It's gonna be great. You come, you gonna sleep, eat color. We provide a mansion, a mini mansion for you to sleep in. The food is there. We get you from the airport. We do all of that. That will start at the end of March. So I'm going to be going on Sunday. Make sure you put notifications on for when I come on. I'm going to be going on Sunday, and this Sunday I'll go ahead and kind of do a video on it to show you some of the things I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be going on Sundays from about 6 to 9 o'clock. I'm going to try to do it every week. I still have other stuff I have to do, but I'm going to try to do it every week. Something that will literally take your color to another level. This is one of the things that I've even encouraged some of my owners that are still full-time stylists. This is a great way, guys, to literally start cutting them clients down. Literally, the money I'm making that I used to make on 30 people a day, I make that in like 8 people. Literally, which means I ain't got to be there all day. It don't take as long. A lot of you all have told me you sick of doing weave. You like, I'm so sick of doing weave. And then, you know, the YouTube University and all these things that people can buy now that they didn't have privy to, that they do now. They can buy the same clothes as you do. They can buy the same hair you do. They can watch YouTube, and their girlfriend can figure out how to put it in, and all of this. This has hurt you all that have dedicated a lot of time and money to hair replacement. So a lot of you all that have told me I'm sick of doing this because they don't want to pay me, this and that. Let me tell you something. You ain't going to learn how to do color on YouTube. It's not going to happen. I don't care. I have searched YouTube to learn. I ain't talking about just application. I'm talking about what did they put in that bowl? What was the formula? Why did it work? You ain't going to find that on YouTube, because I have tried to find it. You're not. The only way you might find it is if somebody charging you for a video for them to walk you through formulation and all these other things. So come. We got bed and breakfast tours all year. We're registering now for March and April. We already got people in March and April. And guess what, guys? We're keeping it private. 10 people only. I did once 44 people in California. I'll never do that ever again in life. 10 people only. That's it, guys. 10 people. Just me and you and color and the distributors and I got people there that can help you, that are my color team, that already know how everything goes. We make sure when you leave there, you ready to take your whole business to another level. I teach you pricing. I make sure you set up a price list before you go. You do color. You do tone boards. I make sure everything you need to know about color, you're going to get it 3 days. It's 3 days, guys. So you hanging out with me and the guys and me and my team for 3 days. We doing bed and breakfast color. You ain't got to worry about where you're going to sleep, where you're going to eat. You ain't got to worry about none of that. We got all that taken care of. You get to the airport, we give you a time, you come on out, and we just sit there and just love on each other and do color and get this thing together. That's what we're going to do. Okay? So I will go back and read some of these messages. I'm running. Give me a minute. So I'm going to also just text me. Don't forget. Text me 708-798-7900. These are some of the practical steps, some of the plays, like in football, that can help you win, because it'll help you back up from that chair. I promise it will. So, y'all, I got to go. Y'all know I'll be talking all day. Then my voice be gone. I got to do hair today. I only do hair 2 days a week, girl. And that ain't even a lot of people. My clients already know I love them, but I tell them all the time, y'all know I'm about to hang up my blow dryer. Y'all know that, but I got a plan in how this is going to work. All right? So, I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll be talking about more things tomorrow. I have a couple subjects in my brain tomorrow. So I get up, I read, I pray. Okay, God, what you want me to talk about today? And y'all know sometimes it goes a different way. What I plan on talking about isn't what I talk about. So whatever it is, I'll see you tomorrow. Knowledge by Nikki. 1K. N-I-K-I. No 2 Ks. KnowledgeByNikki.com is my website. KnowledgeByNikki@gmail is my email. Knowledge by Nikki's Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn,